So it's Clint Broadway again, and I'm here today with Jay, who owns this truck we're working on, this finally washed and detailed vehicle. And we're going to work on his dome lights and some of his other lights today, putting LEDs in this thing, because it's a popular conversion these days. And we're going to look at the instrument panel and everything else, and we're going to talk about putting some new LEDs and changing the colors on all these controls. Alright, so apparently the camera is working correctly, so I'm going to show you how we change out these lights. First off, this is your stock light here on the right. It's obviously kind of yellowy, orangey like everything else in here, and it's got that incandescent look. It's a nice, cool, like a warm white you would get on a LED, but we went with the cool whites in this truck. So they're obviously a lot more blue, but they won't look quite as blue once we don't have that one on next to it. So I'm going to show you how to change these out next, because if you're not careful, you can easily damage this stuff, so I'll show you right now. Here we go. First, use some kind of a pick. This kind of a pick like this, or this kind of a pick like this works. You can use a little flat screwdriver. Just be careful whatever you end up using. What you want to do, start on these corners here, stick it up in there, make sure you don't, damage any of the plastic right here around the thing. And what you want to do is just pry it a little bit until you feel it pop. It just pops right off of the edge. And that's it. Couldn't ask for it to be much easier than that. Once you get it off though, it's got this little shroud around here, the reflector. And unfortunately it makes it impossible to grab that bulb with your fingers. So, once again, I go back to this. Now you can either put a piece of silicone hose over it to pull it out with. You can, I tried tape earlier, it didn't really work. You can use a rubber tip pliers, would be a great way to do it. But if you have none of the above, you can use a pick again. Go up behind it. And these bulbs are all glass, so don't pry on the metal part back here. Only pry on the glass and pry very gently to pry that thing out of there. We'll show you what the bulb socket looks like once we get that out. And then if you help with your finger a little. And there we go. If you look up through this hole right here, you can see the metal socket, and that's where the bulb goes. What we're going to do is we're putting in these 194 bulbs. We got these from Super Bright LEDs. There's a lot of places selling them. This one's a WLED W490, the 194 wedge base. So that's what you need for these. And we're going to go ahead and put those in. And all you do to put this in, again, it's just glass. This just goes up in here and just pushes straight in, and you're done. If you push the little switch, there it is. So to put your cover back on, which I gotta find because it went flying when it fell off. Here we go. All you do to put the cover back on is start here. You've got a tab here and these two angled catches. Put that tab into the little slot, put those catches up to where they come in, and then you just rotate it and push it, and it's on. There you go.